funny, whenever I film an NBA video, I'm never wearing NBA stuff. Whenever I'm watching an NFL video, I'm never wearing NFL stuff. Whenever I'm making a rugby league video, I'm never wearing rugby league stuff. Because I don't want to put on a Sharks thing. It's not for me to watch. Well, then you should use it. Well, that's why you should get a waterproof watch. Well, then why don't you have it in the pool? Well, that's why you need to watch. Hey guys, so today on BCal Sport, we've got a video that you guys have been wanting for quite a while now. Ever since we did the NFL logos, the NBA logos, and the AFL logos, every time in the comment section, I can always see, oh, where's the NRL one? Why to the NRL? When are we going to see the NRL? Now we've got the NRL one right here, guys. We've got the NRL right here. If you haven't seen the other logo videos, you need to go and check those out after this one because there are some really solid logos from across the world. I absolutely love looking at them and kind of like analysing them, and I do this weird thing. I do this really weird thing where I create a story for the logo. I don't know, if you've seen the other logo videos that I've done, I create kind of a weird story behind it. So you're going to see that in this one. Anyway guys, let's get straight into it. Here is all 16 NRL teams logos from 16 to 1. Let's see who the chumps are and let's see who the top dogs are. Number 16 in last place, we have the Parramatta Eels. My first question is, who let the kindergartners take control of the logo this time around? Who let their 6-year-old cousin in charge of a logo? I tell you what, like there's absolutely nothing really to like about this. It's just a bloody circle, a squiggly line, bloody, it's a finger painting time. I'm sorry Parramatta fans, but it's just out of control. Like, what is this? It's just a couple of blue lines in a circle. And then we move obviously onto the eel itself. I guess it's like defined because it kind of comes out of the circle itself, but it's just like, it looks like it's got ringworm. Like that's what it basically looks like. It looks like it's got something going on with the skin there. And I'm not a big fan of this logo at all. Obviously it's rated last, so of course I'm not a big fan of it. But I just don't like the colour scheme. I think they could have gone with a better blue. I do understand the Parramatta are blue and yellow. That blue, I don't know about you guys, that blue is really bland. I know the jerseys they had are so much better. The colour is so much better. Parramatta fans, look, you're not doing too well in this one. You're not doing too well in this logo challenge. Number 15, and we've got the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The positive about this one is that I like how the colours really make it pop out. The colours do, in comparison to Parramatta, it looks like the shading's done really well. It looks metallic, the type of green it is, and the red as well. It just, I love that part of it. I just think it's really basic. I do like the shading of it. It is a little bit more out there, but yeah, I can't really rate it too much higher. I don't think you can do too much more with this. I think that, is that the eye? Is the eye red? That's pretty cool. Look, I don't think it's a terrible logo. I don't think it's absolutely atrocious. It's very historical. It's just not my favourite. Number 14, and we've got the New Zealand Warriors. Another one that doesn't really pop out onto the screen. Another one that's not really exciting. But the reason why I rated it above the Rabbitohs is because obviously it has a really cultural meaning. I don't think they can do too much about it. I think this is pretty good for the Warriors. I don't know, the black and the grey doesn't make it look fantastic. I do understand what the colours are of the Warriors. I keep saying that. I do understand, but I just don't think the colour scheme is really perfect for a logo. Like if you're thinking about creating the best logo, but black and grey, look, you can't do too much with that. It's just so simple. It's not even really colours, they're shades. Number 13, we've got the Brisbane Broncos. Really recognisable. That's why I rated it a little bit higher than the other ones. But it's just, it's simple yet again. That's what it's got going for it. It's just recognisable. It's the head of a horse. A positive as well is that obviously it has the definition in the neck and the mane. And like I've been saying, there's nothing too wrong with it. It's just there are other logos that are better than this. Other logos that are able to go more in depth. You could have done something else with an actual, like with the horse. You could have actually made it, I don't know, up on its heels like that or something, up on its back legs like that. I think that would have been looking pretty cool. This one is more recognisable than what the other one would be. The other one would be a better logo, but this one's more recognisable because it's so simple. Number 12, where we've got the Canterbury Bulldogs. We're moving up a little bit now because it's starting to look a lot more defined. I love how the Bulldog is at the front of the shield. Not usually a bigger fan. If you've seen the previous logo videos that I've done, you know that I'm not a big fan of just the basic kind of shield logo. I like when it's a little bit more outside the box thinking, and usually with a shield, I'm not a big fan of it because it's kind of like straightforward. It's what everyone does around the world, not just rugby league, but around the world. With the Bulldogs, I don't really mind it as much because those stripes in the background look really cool, man. I love the stripes in the background. I don't mind this one. I think it's a pretty decent shield type logo. Number 11, and we've got the 3-time back-to-back wooden spooners, the Newcastle Knights. At least they're not wooden spoons in this one. Parramatta took that one off you guys, unlike a couple of years ago when you guys took it off them. But let's not talk about that. This one's very innovative in a way. It's very creative because you've got the helmet on top of the K that comes out, and it's like that's the beginning of where the body armor is coming out of. So it's really connecting what the Knights are, the representation with the picture, with the actual wording of the Newcastle Knights. I love the style of font the Knights is in as well, with the K coming out the back, and it's just kind of like a very medieval thing. Number 10, we're into the big dog. Well, not into the big dogs just yet. No, I call top 5 big dogs, right? I call the top 5 big dogs. So we're getting into the mediocre dogs. But number 10, we've got the St. George Illawarra Dragons. When I was watching a video similar to this, where people were ranking these logos, they ranked it kind of similar to what I did. I think they ranked it a little bit lower than myself. And I saw a comment saying that Australians regard this logo as the best rugby league logo. But I'm not too sure about that. I've never come across someone who actually recognises this as the #1 logo in Australia. It's recognisable, everyone knows it because it's been around for a long time. But I think there's a lot going on, there's too much going on. Don't get me wrong, I do like it. It is a quality logo, but in the same sense, it's another Shield logo, man. It's another Shield logo. I'm not a big fan of it. Other people may have different views on this, but I'm not a big fan of the basic Shield logo. Number 9, we've got the Sydney Roosters, and I like this one because it pops out into your screen. The colours really help this logo. The logo itself is pretty decent. I love the font of the Roosters. I love how the R really comes underneath the rest of the Oosters. I love how the R comes underneath the wording of the team. I like it when it's creative and it comes outside of the lines, like it breaks the lines. And obviously with the way that the Roosters is, the wording the Roosters, it comes completely outside. Pops onto the screen with the colours. Not too bad. Number 8, and we've got the North Queensland Cowboys. In comparison to what I have with the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, the Cowboys have done a little bit more with their logo. Yes, they've got the star, which is very similar to obviously the Dallas Cowboys, which is literally just a star. The horns are looking really cool. It's looking a little bit electric, but I think they've done enough with it. The star is looking very basic. It would have been nice if they could have made it a little bit more 3D looking star in the background, because it just looks like they've got a star in its place in the back, and it looks really basic. I think they really could have done like an inside line, like the line inside, and they could have had like a white and then like a blue. I don't even know. I think they could have done better with this. But, you know, it's still pretty alright. It's still pretty good. Number 7, and we've got the Canberra Raiders. I like this Raiders logo. I think it's really in-depth, it's really defined, it's sharp, it's cartoony. I'm not a big fan of the cartoony logos. I think it could have been rated higher if it was a little bit more realistic. But, you know, it's not too bad. It's really defined. It's got the shading. It's got the everything, really. I love the beard. I love the definition in the beard, too. It's definitely got really good shading, this logo. Number 6, you just missed out on that top 5. Penrith Panthers. Unfortunately, you've just missed out. But number 6 is pretty decent. You're 10 spots better than your rivals Parramatta out in the West, so you know you should be happy with that. I like it because it's fierce, it's attacking, it's ready to really it's like growling at you as if it's about to jump at you. It feels like it's in the middle of a bloody battle. That's what it feels like. It feels like, remember when I was telling you about those stories that I kind of come up with? This one, I can feel like it's in the middle of battle. You know, there's one panther there, there's something else there. It's just like it's ready to go. It's just like, mate, what are you doing? You better watch yourself before you wreck yourself, because I'm coming for you. I love it. The picture itself makes it really, really well done. Number 5, and you can clearly see we're definitely getting into the top dogs right now with this logo. The Cronulla Sharks are number 5. Like, look at this. It's unreal, to be completely honest with you. I love how sharp it is. I love how defined it is. I love how the tail is a different color. Blue, black, and white goes really well with each other. And yes, there is a shield in the background, but it's not really a shield-ish. It doesn't really have too much effect. It just kind of brings that shark really into your face. Really brings it out there, makes it pop. I love the font that it's in. So this is a fantastic logo. This is actually fantastic. Number 4, you guys were waiting for this one. Number 4, we've got the Gold Coast Titans. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm not going to be biased here. If I was going to be biased, I would put this number 1. But I don't think it's number 1. I don't think it's the best logo. It's a pretty darn good logo. I don't think it's the best logo. The person who was given the job to create this obviously had a lot to go on. They had a lot they could have done with this, because the Titan is really perfect to create something energetic and creative around. It's just really cool with the 2 swords coming across from each other. You've got the Titan in the background, you've got the shading on the swords, you've got the shading on the Titan in the background as well. I guess it's the same thing, but just includes shading. It's similar to what the South Sydney Rabbitohs had, obviously, with that metallic feel. And it's really sharp. Like, you can't really say anything bad about this. Like, I know a lot of people may say, oh, you're biased, Blaze, you're biased, I can't believe you put them so high. But, look, honestly, it's a great logo. It is a great logo. Number 3, we're into the trifecta. 3rd place, bronze place, goes to the Melbourne Storm. Sharp, sophisticated, slick, bloody incredible. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's so good here. There's nothing wrong you can say about this. Obviously, it's just looking so cool with the Storm dude, the guy in the clouds. Like, with that electric bolt, and you just throw it down and just attack whoever's bloody thinking something. It's just like, bloody hell, what are you thinking, son? I've got you covered. I've got you covered with this lightning bolt, son. And then you've also got the lightning bolt at the back. Then you've got the actual Storm connected to the logo itself, connected to the picture, connected to the clouds. And it's also very sharp, like an electric bolt, like a lightning bolt. They're the current NRL champions, but they just missed out on that number 1 BCAS Sport NRL logo rankings. I think they cared more about that. I I think they cared more about the BK Sport logo rankings than actually winning premiership. So, look, I'm sorry, but, you know, had to happen. Number 2, we've got some BKR Sport controversy here. We've just had a change between second and first place. I actually originally had Manly wearing a Seagulls as first place. Then, after looking at the logos again as I'm doing this list, I thought, you know what, it's bloody amazing. But the one that I've got in first place, which obviously you guys know who it is because that team hasn't been mentioned yet. The Manly Seagulls. This logo is elegant. This logo it's ready to attack, but it's elegant at the same time. It's got the claws out. You know, the feathers are just so defined. The feathers, the wings are outstretched, and I love the sharpness in the wings, and I just love all the definition of this logo. But Manly, what a logo. What an absolute logo. Number 1, the winner of the BK Sport NRL Logo Rankings Challenge, we've got the West Tigers. This is just surreal. This is just sharp to a T. This is one of the best logos, I believe, in all the logos that I've done across America and Australia so far. I think that the Tigers logo is just absolutely insane. The whisk is coming out, everything is just defined. Like, you've got the claws coming out. Oh, it's just so sharp. It's out there because it's not just a shield, it's not just a circle, it's got the triangular kind of at the bottom part. The face is just attacking, man. The face is just like, this is just about to kill you, man. This is about to end your life, this face. One of the best logos I've rated across all of American sport that I've done so far, and the 2 Australian sports that I've done so far. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. So whenever you're enjoying this content and you're enjoying these logo rankings, I love doing these logo rankings. Obviously, we've done the NFL, NBA, AFL, NRL so far. What else do you guys want? I see you guys always commenting, saying, do this one next, do this one next. What you guys need to do is comment which league or sport you want me to do next, and then whichever comment is liked the most by you guys is the one I'll be doing next. With that being said, guys, if you're a big NRL fan or just a big sporting fan in general, you need to go and hit that subscribe button below so that you get all this in your subscription feed. We've got some massive game day experience vlogs where we obviously go to the game, talk to the fans, talk to the players, have a lot of fun, just kind of show what the game day experience is all about when you actually go into the game. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, you can go and hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that little ding-a-ling-a-ling notification bell so that you get a notification whenever we upload a video, because there's going to be a lot of bloody videos. We post every single 2 days, so you need to be bloody informed. You need to be ready to go. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.